shine bright like a diamond.
So before we start, can we please give Rihanna a round of applause for that bomb-ass dress?
Round of applause, baby, make that hand clap.
Can we do a little better than that? Now before we really start, let me first say that I'm not some like super huge crazy Rihanna fan. There's things about her I like and there's things about her that I don't like. So I'm just letting you know that now so that there's no bias. But I'm getting so sick of reading comments and hear people say stuff like,
she stripped herself of class, she has no self-respect, she just wanted to show her body, she's just trying to sell sex,
yada yada yada, and whatever. And this is men and women talking. And it's so easy to use the defense, it's her body, she can do what she wants with it. But I feel like it's a little bit deeper than that. And so I felt this dress was a perfect example to talk about this topic. So hopefully it'll spark a nice little lively debate and let's talk about some titties. So this topic is about the censorship and the degradation of the female body. But first let me ask you a question. What is so gaslit, so horrendous, so terrifying about the female body? No, it's okay, I'll wait. Oh, you don't have an answer? Yeah, I didn't think so. We need to remember, scratch that. We need to understand that the female body is not degrading. There's nothing degrading or insulting about the female body, the female form, or being a woman in general. There's nothing wrong with having boobs or nipples or a butt, whether it looks like a peach or a pancake. And there's nothing wrong with having a vagina. It can suck sometimes. People degrade the female body by using it as a prop, as a form of advertisement, and as deeming it as something of very little value. But the female body is not doing it to itself. So stop making us feel guilty or ashamed for wearing a tank top or a skirt or leggings because of what's underneath it. Like, and I find it so ironic how people, mostly men, not to categorize you guys all together, but are always damn near begging and drooling to see the titties and the ass and the good. But when you see it, you want to call it skanks and hoes and thoughts and easy, and the list goes on forever. But we know that we can't categorize people based on what they wear. It doesn't work like that. And it happens to us black people and people of color all the time. So can we not do this to each other? Like, but now I'm going off on a tangent. Can someone please tell me, how is Rihanna classless because of this dress? Now I'm not talking about Rihanna in any other situation. I'm talking solely about Rihanna and this dress. Like, I think people might just have their terminology wrong, or they're just too busy repeating what they've heard other people say. But to my understanding, having class or being classy is about quality and being stylish and exclusivity and grade. And I feel like what people mean to say is it was inappropriate or even tasteless. Now that I could understand, but inappropriate is not always synonymous with being without class. And with the definition I just gave you, I think it's so funny how even when she's covered head to toe in over like 200,000 Swarovski diamonds, you can still manage to call her classless. Like, her dress is worth more than your whole life. Sit all the way down. But I get it. It doesn't matter if you're covered in diamonds if your nips are out, right?
Why might bother you?
But real talk, what's so bad about nipples? What's the difference between a man showing nipples and a woman having nipples? Like, I honestly don't get it. You guys know that the reason guys have nipples is because every human being in the womb starts out as a female. Like, the genetic makeup of every single human being it follows the female blueprint. But of course that's until that testosterone kicks in. But even when it does, is it enough to make your nipples fall off so that only women have them?
Mommy!
So I believe for every body part that men are allowed to show in public without slander and ridicule, if we as women have the same body part, we should have the same privilege, right? Reasonably and respectively. And I could genuinely understand the negative comments if she was wearing some like super hoochie ratchet styles for less club dress. But there's a huge difference between nudity in the fashion form and nudity solely for the purpose of sexual attention. And if you don't know the difference between the two, you should probably stop talking. Most of the greatest supermodels who have ever graced this world have not only posed nude for the camera, but also strutted down the runway, titties out and everything. So like I said, There's nudity in the fashion form, there's nudity in the art form, and then there's the degrading use of nudity. You could tell when someone has style as opposed to someone who just has access to fashion. Because wearing all these name brands don't mean that much if you look like trash in it. Sorry. Not sorry.
You can tell so much about who someone is just by their style, the way they put fashion together.
And then of course Wendy Williams had to put in her 2 cents.
Oh, but as far as I'm concerned, she's totally inappropriate. But you don't walk out of the house like this. Ratchet! Since when is public nudity okay? Hey, Rihanna is a risk taker. I don't really consider her a fashion icon.
How many fashion icons, and not just fashionable people, but fashion icons, can you name that didn't take a risk in some point in their life? To be a fashion icon, keyword icon, you have to be a risk taker. Michael Jackson wore sparkling socks. MC Hammer wore saggy ball sack pants. Lady Gaga will wear anything that she finds in her sofa cushion. To become a fashion icon, you have to put things together in ways that other people won't. Some people will like it, some people will ridicule you for it. That's just how it goes, but that's also how you become known. Rihanna is definitely a style icon. Solange is a style icon. Lupita is a style icon. And just because it might not be your taste, doesn't take away from the fact that they slay it every single time their toes hit the red carpet. And if you don't understand why Rihanna got the CFDA Fashion Icon Award, then you too can also sit all the way down. And here's the last of the comments that I want to address.
But what about the girls who look up to Rihanna as a role model?
That is an excellent question. But what I think a better question is, why are we teaching girls to be ashamed of their body? Why are we teaching our girls that they need to look a certain way or else they'll be called a hoe or a slut or whatever? And why are we teaching our girls that if they don't look a certain way, something bad might happen to them? And if that something bad does happen to them, guess whose fault it is? Guess who should have wore a turtleneck to the club instead of a short skirt? That's rape culture at its finest. But either way, I would not, on any level, call Rihanna a good role model. But obviously, she's not trying to be a good role model for anyone. She's young, she's rich, she's pretty. She just doesn't really give a fuck. Whatever, we can't do anything about it. But if it bothers you so much how her behavior might affect your daughter, or your niece, or your little sister, or whoever, it's your responsibility to instill those values so that they themselves can pick good role models for themselves. Liking a celebrity is not the same as having them as your role model. A role model is someone who you want to model your life after. It's someone who gives you inspiration to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. If you're going to school for civil engineering, Rihanna is not your role model. And if you can't find someone to idolize within your field of study, or you can't name someone who does what it is that you're trying to do, who's worth looking up to, you need to get your priorities straight. Like, how dumb would you look if you got an award for curing cancer and then someone asks you who was your hero and you say Miley Cyrus?
Bitch, what?
I'm not denying that these celebrities have a level of responsibility when it comes to like the messages they're sending their fans, especially the younger ones. However, Beyonce, Rihanna, Justin Bieber, Miley, they're not raising your kids. You are. Your rules, your morals, your messages, all that stuff should always reach your kid before any celebrity does. But that's my opinion. Tell me what you think about Rihanna's dress and my side of the argument. Go ahead and share all of your opinions, and if you agree, disagree with me, yada yada yada, you know the drill.
She could beat me, but she cannot beat my outfit.